we look at markets. Now if you look at markets, these markets consist of actual and potential customers. What is this actual and potential customers? If you look at this, that is, you must be able to distinguish what is a potential market, what is an available market, what is a served market, and what is a penetrated market. So if you look at that, you may find that your demand is based on this potential market. One, that is, there is a potential for this particular market to take place. But the available market may be much more than the actual potential market. That is, take for example the TVS automobiles. The available market for the TVS vehicles may be throughout the country, but it might concentrate more on the south and the western part of the country, and to a lesser extent on the northern and the other parts of the country. Now the scenario has changed where its concentration is increasing on that also. So there is a certain amount of potential market which it might concentrate on, and then when it concentrates on that particular potential markets and serves that particular market region only, then it becomes a served market. And what is this penetrated market? This is where the sales of the firm is coming from. You may find that maximum sales of TVS is coming from the south, followed next by the west of the country, next by the north, and last by the east. This might be the scenario which you might be having. It also throws up indicators for you, it is to the company, how popular the company's brand name is visualized. So TVS might be visualized as a quality product coming from a quality brand in the automotive market. So the result is the consumer might say, yes, this product is coming from TVS, should be good, that type of scenario. So this, in a market, you should also be able to distinguish between market demand and company demand. That is, what do you mean by market demand? The market demand is the summation of the demands of the different companies put together. It might be at x1 plus x2 plus so many x's put together, and yours might be just at x1. The market demand might be 1000, your demand for your product may be only 50. So you should not confuse this market demand with the company demand. Company demand always may be lower compared to the market demand. The second one which you should do is look at the potential and the forecast. Why are you looking at the market potential and the forecast? This potential is likely, suppose it is likely to be 1000. You are looking at the forecast of the demand for the company. You may say, this year I satisfied out of this 1050. Next year, can I go up to 55? What are the types of variables which are going to influence this demand? So this whole market demand, as I told you, is a function of dependent on many variables. You make use of different variables to determine the market demand and then your company demand. So you may make use of different methods. One of the methods that you make use of is what is called the chain ratio method or the market build-up method for industrial markets, or you may make use of what is called the multiple factor index method for consumer markets. And you may like to see what is the market share estimation of the competitors. Suppose you are at 50 out of 1000. What does it tell you? It tells you the other players who are competitors for you are walking away with 950. You are a small player in the marketplace. Okay. So, as I told you in the BCG matrix, when you move towards 10x on the x-axis, you are the market leader. When you are at X only, you are not the market leader. So many times if you look at a company like earlier it was Myco, now it is Myco Bosch, which makes this spark plugs. What is the market share of Myco or now Bosch in the present day with respect to the spark plug market? According to many estimates, they put it around between 97 to 98%. It caters to really nearly 97 to 98% of the market demand. The remaining 2% is taken by other players. So, though there may be some other players in the marketplace, they are not able to really match this Bosch with respect to this spark plug market even to this day. Take the future demand estimation. How do you do this? This man can be done by intention survey or sales force opinion or expert opinion or do a market testing. Then you may do a time series analysis or you may do a leading indicators or you can do a statistical demand analysis or you can use a combination of all this. So, in a market, you are looking at actual and potential customers. Actual customers are those whom you have served, is you have been able to reach. Potential customers is that large set which is available to you, which you have not been able to really reach out to fully. So, that leads you to one potential market, available market, served market and the penetrated market. Comes out with what is called the market demand and the company demand. You try to do a potential and a forecast, then you make the current demand estimation and the future demand estimation. Future demand estimation coming out from intentions, surveys, sales force opinion, expert opinion, market tests, time series analysis, leading indicators and statistical analysis. With this background, we are now in a position to give what is called formal definition for market demand. The formal definition for market demand for a product is the total volume that would be bought by a defined customer group in a defined geographical area, in a defined time period, in a defined marketing environment, under a defined marketing program. So many defines are coming, you see. So, what are you trying to do by putting so many defines? You are hedging yourself. So, this is also the case with respect to an astrologer. Marketer is also an astrologer when you look at it. Okay. So, when you are looking at when you are going to an astrologer, he is like he is to recite to you one of the verses. What is the verse which he is to recite to you? He is to tell you Lani grahacharena suchayanti manishinaha ovakaratamyasya vidhi samvinaha. What does it mean? It means that you have come to me to ask what is in store. What am I doing as an astrologer? I am trying to analyze the planetary positions with respect to you, your horoscope, and telling you this is likely to happen. But I am only a human being predicting this. But it may not happen. Suppose it doesn't happen. What is it? It is vidhi samvinaha, that is destiny. It is not in my hands. I am only suggesting to you that these things you can expect. So, what is the end of this thing? Astrology can be used only as a guide. Similarly, marketing demand estimation can by and large be used as a guide. But you are reinforcing with so many scientific and statistical techniques. Because the competition is very intense for any product or any this thing which is coming in the market in the Indian condition, you may still end up not getting the full result that was predicted by the models. So, your market research or marketing intelligence or marketing models might predict for you a particular result but may not come. When it does not come, you should not get unduly disheartened. Suppose your market research tells demand to be 100 units. The firm is very happy if it can get 50 units and above. Suppose it is able to make 70 units due to your market research study. Then your market research study, the company considers it to be extraordinary. 50, it is quite happy. What does that mean? It is happy with 50% of what you have said. You said 100, the company is going to prepare itself or brace itself for a demand of 50 only. So, it is not going to produce 100. It will say, well, let us produce 50. Now, if that demand is satisfied, it is very happy. After satisfying the demand, its company still feels there is some unsatisfied demand which it could have satisfied. So, it goes up to 60, then 65 or 70, then it considers your market research to be extraordinarily effective. Okay. So in a way, when the astrologer makes predictions, suppose 50% of his predictions come true, you should consider that he has done a very good job. Suppose 70% of it comes true, then he has given an extraordinary job. Similarly, the market researcher, 50% of what he said has come true. Company is very happy. 70% of it coming true. Company thinks that the market researcher has done an extraordinary job. So you find that in the present day Silicon Valley in Bangalore, when so many firms are fighting for orders, marketing department many times over promises the customer. Tells, oh, can this be done? Yes, it can be done. We are in a position to do it. But it is the implementing departments who are put to terrific problem. They will keep on fighting with the marketing department. Why did you say we can do this when we are not in a position to do it? Okay. So this is a day in and day out problem. Most of the software firms which are there in the Silicon Valley in Bangalore, fighting with the marketing. Why are you promising the moon when we cannot deliver the moon for the customer? But the marketing department is also under intense pressure. Bring orders to the company. It says, come on, these orders have to come. And these orders have to come. So there has to be so many promises made to the potential customer. Now, depending on all this, we can give an equation Q is equal to NQP. This capital Q is equal to NQP as the demand, where capital Q refers to the total market potential. N is the number of buyers of a specified product or a market. And small q is the average quantity per buyer. P is the price of an average unit. Say you take book like Kotler, Marketing Management by Kotler. What is the price of that book? Let us say you put it around 600 or 650 rupees in the present scenario. So this average price you say maybe 650 to 700. So then you say how much does a buyer buy? Normally if he is an individual buyer, he is happy buying one quantity. That is one textbook of this Kotler. But there are many people who may buy Kotler but not read Kotler. As a student, you may be interested in reading Kotler. Okay, so that segment also to be taken to find out what is the total market potential. There may be many libraries which may like to stock number of copies of Kotler. So again giving you what is the total market potential, and all this, that is a Q is equal to NQP, gives you more or less the type of market potential which you can expect for a product, like a simple product like a book, maybe a marketing management book of Kotler. So all this comes due to three things. One is earlier which we looked at, the motorcycle market. Maybe the interest of the consumer to ride your motorcycle, then the income affordability, and then the access, that is whether your motorcycle, that is looked at the TVS automotive brand, whether it is available in the marketplace. Then you can, using this, you can calculate the total market potential by this equation. Q is equal to NQP. That is where Q is the total market potential, N is the number of buyers of specific product or market, and Q is the small q is the average quantity per buyer, and P is the price of an average unit, example books.